Okay guys, it's Jasman here. I promised you a video on how I trade this this latest tweak, and well, basically here it is. Now I know there's a lot of newbies starting, there's always new members coming in the room, and there's a few points I need to make which would be easier to make on another chart. I'm just going to put the chart sheet up in a minute. It'll be as quick as I can, and then we'll come back in the room and crack on, okay? But there's certain points I need to make, and it's a lot easier for you to understand on this chart show. Alright. Okay. As you can quite clearly see, those members who have been here for a while, you'll recognise that as an uptrend. It's basically a line chart. Don't bother asking me about this in the room, guys. I'm only making a few points here, okay? You can see quite clearly that this is an uptrend. It's gone up, but markets don't move in a straight line. Alright, this is how they move. They go up, they pull back a bit, they go up, they pull back a bit, they go up, and so on and so on. Okay, right, the circled points that you see are all perfect trade entry points. Okay, you're trending up, so this is the optimal position to enter the trade. Okay, now listen up, this is important. Each and every one of those circled points touched, pierced, or bounced off an orange line, a purple line, or a combination of both. Okay, you need to understand that. Okay, that's a really important part. Okay, I'll give you a few examples. Okay, this one here, you've had to move up and then it pulls back a bit. Now that has probably bounced off the orange line on the blue chart, and then you got flashing green momentum and up she goes. Okay, this one, because you've had a pullback here, has possibly bounced off the orange line on the 5-minute chart, which by association it's also bounced off the purple line on the blue chart. Alright, this one over here, you've had a lot bigger reversal, as you can see, but again this one has probably bounced off the orange line on the 15-minute chart and off the purple line on the 5-minute chart and the blue chart. Okay, I need you to understand that, guys, because it's very important. That now then, just one other point. I know a lot of you have problems with your timing. Just let me show you a couple of things. So let's say you got some flashing green momentum here and you're thinking, oh yeah, I'll take it up, and oh god, it's gone south on you a bit. Right, okay, here's a scale. Right, 20 pips. Okay, that's probably gone 10 pips against you before you get another signal up, probably a 5-minute signal up here, and flashing green momentum, and it's gone up and won for you. Okay, because you're with the trend, there's always a good chance. Don't ask me what the chances are, guys, because I've never really worked it out, but I kind of look at this with the trend and say, right, okay, it's gone up a bit against me, but it's with the trend, so it's going to win. Okay, let's say your timing was terrible and you got in here. Yes, it's gone a good deal against you, maybe just touching 20 pips, but because you're with the trend, what I would have done here is just move my stop loss out of the way another 5 or 10 pips. Okay, and eventually it turned around. Didn't win for quite some time, as you can see, but eventually the trend won, because it definitely won there. Alright, so don't panic. On Friday we had a great day, and we had I think there were 3-0 the biases, and I had 7 trades when we left the room. When the room closed, I had 7 trades running. Okay, before I went out at 8 o'clock, all 7 had won, quite simply because of the strength of the trend. Okay, right, let's get back in there. Right, so then the first thing I do when I come in the room, guys, is I look for a decent bias. But I'll tell you something else I tend to do. If I haven't got a strong against the trend bias, then my trades, if I trade that pair, if it's not too messy, if I trade that pair, then my trades will be with the trend. You know, what constitutes a strong bias? A 1 and 4 hour correlating pair of signals. And here's the thing: when you're going against the trend, for me, the 4 hour would have to be on the current candle. By current candle, I mean the one that's open. Okay, so it'd have to be on this one here. There'd have to be a down signal there to tell me that this is going down. Okay, and then I would count back only one candle. You know, so you'd have to have a down signal here on the 4 hour on the current candle, and it'd have to be either the current candle or the previous 1 hour candle. Okay, yeah, that's about the best I can offer. I won't go against, and it's a mixture of candles and all, guys. You know, I prefer pinks. The pink reds are the strong candles. Okay, I'm not going to go with against the trend with a setup that has, say, a blue on the 4 hour but only a yellow or a small red on the 1 hour. That's not strong enough for me. It might win. I'm not saying it won't work. Okay, what I am saying is it's not good enough for me. All right, I need pinks involved. Okay, so right, let's give you a few examples now of what I was talking about. If you see where we are now on the GU, I mean, it's trending up. Well, yeah, it's trending up. If you look at the 4 hour, I know that the daily's down, but if you look at the 4 hour, orange line's going, you know, it's crossed over. Same on the 1 hour. See, trending up. You can see here this morning that what it's done. It's gone up. Okay, you've had this reversal here now, but you're touching the orange line on the 15 minute. Okay, so what I am actively looking for now, okay, we've got a 15 minute red. What I want now is something on the 5 minutes or big momentum, whichever comes first. I know a lot of you mentioned quite a lot how much momentum. There really is no answer to it, guys. If you're getting like the DX flashing 1 or 2 and your pair is flashing 1 or 2, that's okay. You know, sometimes if they're all flashing, that's okay. There's not really no answer to it, because some days you get more momentum than you get, you know, on other days. Okay, so yeah, here now I'm looking for momentum, but I also need, I think, a 5 minute, or at least this to turn into a pink. Okay, but let's have a look on one of the others. Right, the UCAD, you've seen already what's been happening here. Look at this 5 minute on the orange line there, and look what happened, you know, and this is a very big downtrend on the UCAD. So I would be where this is now. You see it's approaching the orange line on the 5 minute chart. I'd be looking now for something to take this down, and if you look on the blue chart where you are, you're pretty much level with the purple line there. Okay, so I'd be looking now for red momentum here, or this oil one underneath to go green. Okay, if this signal here behind the bubble, if that turns to a small red or disappears, we're good. If we get a 5 minute signal down, we're good. If we get massive momentum red, we're good. Okay, and that's the kind of things you have to look for. But each time these signals appear with the trend in particular, right, on the orange lines and the purple lines, then that's when you should be looking to take it down, to trade in that direction. Okay, so let me have a drink. You see this one's not on the GU's, not panned out yet. You've not got a momentum switch flip. This is still flashing green, the DX, and your GU is flashing red, so it's not going to work until that turns around. As I say, we'll keep an eye on this UCAD, see what happens here. You see, also what you need to understand, guys, if these, you know, if it does go through and it flies up, then look on your 15 minute for the 15 minute touching the orange line, and then again, you know, you could have that same sort of thing happen. It should really reverse. Doesn't always, but this is when you start to look for momentum in the direction of the trend. Yeah, some reversals going on, haven't we? You see at the moment with this flashing 7 red air oil, UCAD's only going to go up. I know these purple support and resistance lines at the moment, when you add these to the fact that it is touching, as you can quite clearly see again there, it's bounced off the orange MA on the 15-minute chart and gone up. It's come down there, look, it's just touched it, and then what's happened? It's gone up again. UJ, that's basically because of well, you would call it a 3-0 setup. I'm not particularly happy with that one. It's a bit far back for me, and even this 4-hour one, because it is against the trend effectively, is a bit far back for me. Okay, I need to get some trades in there. Now people will be looking at the UJ there and thinking, oh, if we get an arrow there, take this down. Don't, the bias, you've got a, let's say, strongish bias. It's not being challenged by anything, so you just let it come back and watch for it to bounce off this orange MA here on the blue chart. If it goes through, right, watch for it to bounce off the orange MA on the 5-minute chart, which means it'll be on this purple line here. Okay. If it goes through on the 5-minute chart, watch for it to bounce off the 15-minute orange MA, and if it does, it'll be on this purple line here. Okay? EU seems to be going with the trend. Overall trend is up, even though it's a little slow there. Right, and here's the thing about reversals as well, guys. What I tend to find is if you get a 5-minute signal like this down, it's coming back towards the line. If you don't get a 15-minute one as well, I think there's a really good chance that it will bounce off, the 5-minute orange MA. Understand? If you do get a 15-minute down, then it's probably going to come down to the 15-minute MA. All right. I totally ignore these guys, by the way. Once I've got my bias, that's it. I'll wait until that hits one of these MAs and up we go again. Yeah, there's an example of it. If you look on the EU there, it's hit the 15-minute MA, and look where the 5-minute signal is. It's right on the purple line. Okay. This is what we're talking about. That I would prefer, a 15-minute arrow, or at least big momentum. I think the problem is today is we've got, a holiday in the UK, so I'm not so sure how the GU is going to react. Well, as you can see, it's not doing too well at the minute. But there's your UJ panning out straight away. Now it's bounced off the orange MA on the blue chart. And another thing you need to keep doing in all, guys, is keep watching your bias, because your bias changes throughout the day. Obviously there's a 4-hour yellow here. To me though, that alone, it doesn't mean that much, because you've not got a 1 hour. If you had a 1 hour with it, then I'd say, right, maybe look and see what happens. I'd want a pink as well. These are, and there you go, it's flashed off, it's flashing, so. Okay. Yep, you've got a 1 hour GU as well. Right. Here's another thing. You get a 1 hour signal as well, guys. Just watch for, and it's against the trend. Just watch for what happens on the 1 hour orange line as well. Because the majority of the time, if it doesn't get a 4 hour signal with it, it'll just bounce off that orange MA. Okay. And there you go, there's the UJ one. It's bounced off the orange MA on the 5 minute chart, and I've just gone through, it's pierced it really on the blue chart, and pretty sure that one. Right, let's have a look, see what happens on the UCAD now, guys, because you touched the purple line on the 5 minute here, touched it on the blue chart, and you're not far off it on the 15 minute chart. So we're looking for the signal, or big momentum, or both. Prefer a signal actually, because we've got a reversal signals here. So only 15 minutes. So yeah, I mean, alright, it's a pretty good example really. You've got these reversal signals here. The 15 minutes red's not worked. Okay, that's not to say it won't work. It might, you might get another red over here shortly, and then it will work, but if you look, because you'd say, alright, it's against the trend. I mean, I wouldn't have taken this because it's not a strong enough bias for me. But even so, look at the trades here on the blue charts. They've pierced the orange MA and it's gone down. Touched the orange MA, gone down to here eventually, didn't it? Right, and here's your 5 minute touches now. Look. Off the purple line, it's pierced the 15 minute MA. You've got your little red signal there. Your 1 hour's disappeared. I'm not so sure how many pips it is, but again, because it's not the best of biases, you're not sure what's going to happen. People ask me a lot in the room about what I think of this pair, what I think of that pair, and the easiest way for me to explain what I think of them is if I don't like it, I won't trade it. I'll leave it alone until it makes sense. It's not worth the risk of trading something just for trying to get 3, 4, 5 pips, and with the possibility of losing 10, 15, 20 pips. Just leave it. Look at another pair. Right, okay, let's have a look at the UCAD, guys, because this is the one I was talking about earlier. We're near enough touching here. It looks like it's setting up for it now. Right, we still need a signal, in my opinion. If we don't get a signal, then I'd need this to be really firing away big momentum. But this is where you should become alert. It's like you're hitting purple lines and orange MAs, and you're with the trend. So this is what you should be looking for, is the down trade here. GU's looking good, isn't it? Yeah, there you go, here we go, see the 5 minute signal here. What I don't like is the oil's red as well. It's the only thing that's probably holding it back at the minute, is that. Let's have some red. The X is red. See now on the UJ, because we haven't got a 15 minute down signal, right, and we've touched, or virtually touched here, the orange MA, I would be looking now for some reason to take this up. Okay, perhaps that disappearing or turning into, you know, a small red. And obviously you need momentum to flip as well. You need green momentum, or DX screaming, you know. Come on now, UCAD. I know it's slow because Mondays are generally slow, guys, but you know, I'm not really getting much momentum there. Come on, give me this perfect trade and let the people see. EU's certainly panning out, isn't it? Look at this off the orange. Get your 15-minute there down. Yeah, there's a 4 hour. It's not really a trade I'd have taken, to be honest with you. It's messy, long-term setup. You've got the trending signal there and then against the trend there. So probably not one I'd take that. Now you see, you get a 15-minute down here on the EU. You see it behind the bubble. This could touch the orange MA when it does. If it comes through here and this has survived, this signal has survived, then you're best leaving this till it, you know, gets near to this 15-minute. There, it's disappeared. This is the thing. These are what you should be looking for. You know, and if you get a 5-minute signal up, it's even better. Obviously, you still need these to be on your side. If you go with the trend, here's the thing, guys. If you go with the trend and you say, oh, okay, I've dived in there, you know, to the upside, and it does go against you for a bit, it's not going to go against you for, you know, 20 pips. So even if your timing is that, you know, quite a bit off, you know, the chances that I've noticed that if you go with a trend and the majority of your trades will win, eventually one's going to go against you, but you know, you can't. The markets are alive. MT mentions it quite often in the room that, you know, they are alive, and even when they appear to be going nowhere, they're actually moving. You know, even if it's only a couple of pips up, a couple of pips down, it's the way the markets are. So eventually, you know, there will be one that goes against you and you won't be able to control it, but you know, for the most part, if you're with the trend, then even having poor time in your trades will, you know, probably win. And as I say, I kind of don't go against the trend unless I've got a really strong bias, and that's a 1 and 4 hour correlating pair of signals. I think the problem today, guys, is that, you know, it is a Monday and it is a bank holiday in the UK, so I'm not so sure how much momentum we'll see. If you see here now, this has come through. Okay, so what you're looking for now is here, the orange MA on the 15-minute. Alright, UCAD's still struggling. Momentum's still in the wrong. Has had a big move this morning now, so maybe there was some comeback. Look at the biases again. Yeah, EU. If anything, yeah, the trades to the upside with the EU. same with the GU. I'm just not so sure with the GU today, guys, because as I say, it's a bank holiday in the UK. So unless I get a really, something that says yeah, it's going to go that way, 1 hour up would be lovely. Yeah, UK, come on, baby, come on. This is the only problem with doing live videos, guys, that I have to rely on the momentum. I've got a lot of what do you call it, quiet time to fill as well. Struggling, isn't it? Okay, well, I'll keep it going for a while. I want to see one of these through. You see, if you see things like this, guys, it's a bit, you got this kind of confusion. Shows you that it's, don't know what to do, up and down, up and down. The other thing I know is big wicks. They're a good sign that it's slow. Another sign is these two going in the same direction. Okay, the EU and the UJ, they should be going in completely the opposite. Yeah, you see this momentum slipped. It's not going to pan out, I don't think. 4 hours back as well. Not ready yet, isn't it? Right, let's have a look at the GU. Look at this here. Right, you're trending up. These two charts here, you're trending up. You've got a 15-minute min now. Okay, you're 5 minutes back here. This is a good trade to the upside. Okay, so make sure you get momentum, good momentum, and you're right. 5 minute would be nice as well. I think you're going to have to burst through the purple line on the 5 minute as well. If you look at the UK, we're now getting signals for a reversal. Nothing on the 4 and 1 though. Sit it out, that one, I think. Excuse me. There you go, your GU's making its move. And here's the thing, guys, because you're with the trend here, I mean, obviously this is what I was talking about, you've pierced or bounced off the 15-minute MA. Because you're with the trend, the chances are of this winning are better. Even if it comes back down again now, I don't think that even if it drops now, will drop 20 pips against you, because you're with the trend. You understand? That's what I was trying to explain on the line chart. When you're with the trend, it very rarely goes 20 pips against you. I hope you see what I'm trying to point out is that when you're on the orange line on the 15-minute chart, it's on the purple line on the 5 minute. When you're on the orange line on the 5 minute chart, it's on the purple line, or pierce the purple line on the blue chart, the chart above. Okay, this is basically what the tweak has done. Come on, man. Let's have you won. trends up in it. Yep, there you go. He used one. Probably one now as well. Because and it is another prime example of it. Now, guys, look at this. You're up trending, although it's messy. It's still up trending. Okay, you've pierced the orange MA here. You've come into this road between the purple line and the orange MA on the 15-minute. You haven't got a signal on there to the upside, but you've got them on the 5 minutes, and look where they are. They're on the purple line, and look, you're getting momentum. Momentum's with you. And look at the trade there. That's one, I think, already. GU, prime example of what I'm talking about. It's off the orange line, or pierced the orange line here. It's off the purple line on the two charts above. Okay, here. And again, one. This one is another thing to know, guys. If you're unsure about a bias, or if we have days like today where it's really slow, then just wait for triple kisses. If you see a triple kiss, take it. Here's one, 15-minute. This basically, would be here, so it's still a triple kiss, and there, and look, that one. Okay. UCAD one, that one there, and there's behind the momentum box here. There's more than likely a touch. In fact, I know there is. Excuse me. Okay, so there you go. With the trend, GU bounced off the orange MA, off the purple on the 5-minute, and off the purple on the blue chart. EU uptrending, pierced the orange, come in a bit further than I would like, but it's a lack of momentum day, and that's what's caused this. Gone up off the purple, gone up off the purple and the blue, gone up one that's you could say that one there. But again, the thing with the UCAD, you must always remember that oil is a big player in UCAD. Okay, when oil's going down, UCAD generally goes up. Alright, when oil's going up, UCAD generally goes down. Alright, guys. Right. What do we do here now? If you look, we had a 5-minute signal here, and it flashed on and it's disappeared. Yeah. Right, as you can see there, it's touched the orange MA. It's touched the orange MA here on the blue charts. It's touching the orange MA here on the 15-minute charts. That's when you got your signal up. Okay, yeah, it's a downtrend, but it's got a upside look to it. And there you go. Look at that, how that's panned out. That was a beaut. That was a beaut. And this is what I'm talking about, guys. Once you're on that orange MA there, look for where you are here, and just look for momentum. Once you get, I'm not sure what that is, but it looks quite good. What are we on? 32, 22. Is it 20? It's about 16, 18, 20 pip move, that. Okay. There you go again. UJ, it's coming down, and look what's happened. It's coming down here. Hit the 15, hit the 5-minute orange line, come down. I'd be a little unsure as what might happen here now, because I consider that an uptrend, so I would kind of maybe leave this until we get fresh signals up, hopefully a pink as well. Alright, guys, but that's basically all I'm talking about. Get your bias. If you're not sure about a bias, you can always ask, but the thing is, I always look at the trend and say, yeah, stick with the trend, unless you have a really strong bias. Okay, and if you can imagine, if you look at the UCAD now, you see that 4-hour red there. If that was on the current candle and it was pointing up, and that pink there was on the current candle or this candle and pointing up, then that I would consider a strong against the trend bias. Okay, 3-0's even better if you've got, you know, signals on all three and there's pinks involved. You must have pinks as well, in my opinion, guys. We must have pinks. They are the signal. I know blues work, but I tend to look at blues me and say, right, well, it needs something next to it. Is there any examples I can give you? There isn't. Right, this UCAD might work now. You touched again here, and you're getting a signal, you're getting red momentum. There's the UJ panning out there. It's come up, it's touched the MA, and look, it's gone down. Right, you've got a good, half decent triple kiss system going through there. There's no, you know, signal, but again, I mean, if you look at the downtrending there, it's downtrending there, but you know, the last few hours it's been going up, so how do you judge it? Alright guys, I don't think there's much more I can show you really. Right, yeah, there's a flashing red on the EU 4 hour as well, guys, pointing up, trending signal. If that sticks, then EU's going to go up. Okay, you get a 1 hour to go with it as well, at fly. And here's an example of what I was talking about before. Look, oil flashing 9, and look at the UCAD, it's going up. And you get the DX flashing 6. You know, that's the thing with the UCAD. That's where you have to be careful with the UCAD. If oil's flashing one way and UCAD's going the opposite. Okay, look where we are on the UJ now. We're touching the pacing here again. We've got a signal this time. Let's see what happens. If this disappears, there might be a trade to the downside again. And we're 4 hours back on the UCAD as well. Let's see what happens with the GU as well. We've got a 5-minute reversal signal in. Let's have a drink. See, if you look on the UJ, you paced it, this disappeared, and then you're getting the move up. This stays off, then the UJ could continue on up. And you're getting plenty of momentum as well, so the GU, I want to see what happens when the GU touches the orange line on the blue. Same with the EU, if that comes down. We've not really got a signal. That blue's not good enough there. It needs both. It's like an early warning. Saying that, if you get a blue on the 5-minute, or say you got a blue on the 15-minute and a pink on the, then yes, it's going to go that way. That's when, you know, you should consider a blue. Oh, that's when I consider a blue, when you've got it's got help. Let's see, we're getting close to it here. Excuse me. Well, there's a good example of what happened on the UJ. You pierce the purple line there, You've gone right through the orange line on the 5 minute, and it was a red pink, now it's disappeared, and look, you're getting some movement to the downside. This signal here is kicking in again. As I say, I'm a little worried about where we are on the 15 minute UJ to actually trade that one. More interested to see what happens on a GU here. What we're looking for, guys, is this signal to either disappear, turn to a small red and green momentum when we pretty much touch or pierce this orange MA on the blue. It goes through, and look to the 5 minute chart to see if it touches the MA on the 5 minute chart. Same on the euro now. Keep an eye on this one as well, guys. We're approaching the orange line on the MAs, on the 5 minute charts. If momentum flips now, if this turns red and these two turn green, then the trades are to the upside. Okay, and they will be your entry, the flashing green momentum. There's an example of a blue pink, by the way. So you've got the blue there, small blue red, and pink next to it, and look what happened. That's how I like pick blues, when they've got a pink next to them. Signals keep disappearing on the EU, so watch for green. If we start getting green momentum, guys, and this turns red, if the DX turns red, then there's a trade here. It just depends on whether that flashing 5 minute signals disappears. Ooh, UCAD's going now, isn't it? Yeah, we've got a 1 hour on the UCAD now as well. You see it behind the bubble there. The yellows by the looks of it, yeah. Yeah, UCAD's going up. Oh, UJ. Some red momentum on the UJ. Yep, there you go. Off the purple line here, and the orange MA, it's pierced the orange MA here. Like a signal down. Keep an eye on the EU and the GU. see what you do with all your arrows. Right, watch these now. Guys, we want green momentum. Come on, give it us. UJ, I think, would have won if you'd have taken it. Just sort of pushed down then. UCAD, look at these now. This is a great setup to the upside now, guys. Pink yellow's here, pink yellow here. Lovely setup there, yeah, and it, you know, you're starting to get some good action to the upside there. Oh, flashing momentum a bit more. Seeing it pan out on the GU. Come on, give us the signal. You know you want it. Much more like it. Well, it's a slow day, guys. Mondays are notorious for this, but with the bank holiday in the UK as well, you know, that's not helped today. UJ a clear winner, guys. You can see it's gone through, pierced it here, it's come up, virtually touched the purple line there, it's touched it there, and all you had to do was wait for the momentum to kick in, and you know, a good trade. Just want the momentum kicking here now on these two. You know, 3 perfect examples of what I've been talking about. That's it, GU. Right, okay, let's run this one by. Look, it's touched the 15. You're still, that signal's still in control. You've orange MA and purple line on the 5 minute. You've got momentum. You're on the orange line on the blue chart. You've got momentum, and up she goes, and that's with the trend. As you can see, uptrend. It's with the trend. All right. UJ was a bit different, even, well, you've got a 1 hour down now, which I suppose you'd still say that the UJ is downtrending. I mean, there's a daily down, I think, there as well now, so you know that is. And if you look where you are on the 4 hour, you're on the orange line again, and it's reacted down because it's a downtrend. Okay, look, and the yellow line as it happens here, but you've gone outside the purple line on the 1 hour, and it's thrown itself right back in. Okay, EU's uptrending, struggling a bit because it's a bit messy, but you know, it looks flat in all honesty. On the 4 hour and the 1 hour, it's pretty flat. Still an uptrend, so if you're going to take the EU, then take it up. GU's panned out nicely, UJ panned out nicely. UCAD's going up, obviously. If you look at the LTs, it's got a 4 hour and 1 hour correlating pair of signals, and it's quite strong, that, even though it's against a huge downtrend. It's still, you know, well, it's worked. You can see it there, you know, on the 5 minutes and on the blue. Alright, guys, I think that just about covers everything I wanted to talk about. If you have any questions, you know, I'm in the room all the time. What I would ask though is that you actually watch the video a couple of times and you know, trade this way. Give it a time before you start thinking, oh right, well, why did that go against me? Remember that, you know, a good sizable stop loss with the trend will more than, I can't recall the name of the members that have been doing it. I think Rachel was one, and she said she was winning, you know, a couple of hours after the room had closed because she'd left the trade going, but they were with the trend, you see. you're going to go against the trend, then I wouldn't let them go. And well, good luck. But here's just one other thing as well. If you're going to trade this, rather than give scores in pips, you know, for a while, just kind of give me your win ratio scores. You know, like if you've taken 10 trades, you've won 9, lost 1, or you've won 9 and got out of 1. You know, just for a week or two, because I just want to see how it improves your trading. Guys, I think if you get this right on most days, especially, you know, when we've got plenty of momentum, then you're going to be in the 90%, you know, especially with the trend, well, yeah, that's about it then. Alright guys,